All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cause Talk Live's craft stream. Today we are just going to be crafting, so we're just gonna have some fun doing that. And I'm going to be creating a custom pattern. Might be joined a little bit later by another person from Cause Talk Live, so we'll find that out. But today's just crafting. Since I need to create a pattern for an outfit, I'm going to use this website. I'm assuming I'm pointing the right direction. But I'm gonna use this website. It's called Taylor Nova, and Taylor Nova is a site that you can create custom patterns on. So if you go to their design now area, I'm just gonna work on this, and that'll be my crafting for today because I need to create a custom pattern for a kind of unusual dress. I'm going to uh let me see. I'll just pull up, show everybody what I'm working on. Um, so I'm going to Dragon Con later in August, and as most people are right now, I've been inspired by Baldur's Gate, and I really like the Wave Mother outfit, but I don't like the outfit that's currently being manufactured. So I don't like the primary outfit where it's got the high slits on the hips. Just because I've been having problems with getting it to, like, lay right on my body. Um, since there's just 2 flaps in the front and back, it, like, flows everywhere and it just shows everything. So I'm actually planning on, doing this. Um, so I'm going to be making this version of I already have the image saved, but I'm gonna be making this version of the Wave Mother. This was the original concept art from the Baldur's Gate game for, Alondra Grey, who is the priestess you encounter, in the temple when you're in Baldur's Gate, and this was originally supposed to be her getup, and sh they still have the same armor pieces for her, they have the same headpiece, and they have the same chest piece, but they got made her dress, similar to her priestesses instead. So I would like to do this original design because I really like the wave patterns on the front, and I like that there's more coverage in the back and I don't have to be as concerned. Plus, it might be easier for me to create like a skirt because there's waves around the waist, so I can have a top and a skirt. Um, and that might be a better pattern. Due to my height, I'm having issues with finding fabric. The custom fabric that I printed isn't long enough to, it's just, you figure things out. Um, so let me go back to what I was sharing before. So, like I said, this is Taylor Nova, and hello everyone. Um, so this is Taylor Nova, and this is you can use this to create a custom pattern, and it will show designs on the side of how you want to draft it. This is especially good for me. I've done a lot of my own pattern drafting through like Google research and using muslin on my dress form, but I want to get into more advanced concepts, and Taylor Nova is going to be helping me with that, helping me understand darting and all of those elements. So cool thing about this is you can change pretty much everything. This will not have any lining because it'll be custom printed spandex and it has prints on both sides. Um, and I don't want it above the knee. I want it ankle length. So make it long. Let's see, what else do I want? Actually, I think I probably should do it full length so that it flares a little bit. No, the dress will be ankle length because I'm going to be adding trim that's like a really fluffy, long trim. I don't know where the trim is. I would show you the trim, but I don't know where I put it. I recently reorganized my area and I'm still getting used to it. So, also my hair is sorry, it's really hot here today and my hair is just given up. I've tried. Um, but so we're gonna do length, and then what we'll need to do is go to necklines. I should be able to choose the plunging neckline, so that's good. And then we'll go to back closures. I want it to be a seamless back. That should be an option. We'll see if I can find it. Um, I know that here we go, seamless back, because the seam is going to be in the front since it plunges down so low. So where this plunge isn't quite long enough, I will have it longer, so I won't actually need these. I will probably need the breast darts, but I don't think I'll need the waist darts because I am making it out of a custom printed spandex. Happy Wednesday. So if you guys have any questions on spandex or anything, or like the fabric that I'm using, please let me know. Also, there we go. Okay. Oh, I got a message. Is this from somebody else? Let's see here. Okay, we might have someone else joining us. All right. Now I'm also, let's see here. So I need no seam on the back. And then I think the neckline's okay. I'm pretty sure. Well, I th no, the back is, that was another thing too, is the back is open and it was high waist. I think the back in this one's open. However, I'm not gonna do an open back, um, just because her wig comes all the way down to my hips, and it's so big and fluffy, you're not gonna see the back. So it doesn't matter whether I do an open back or not. And I think for stability, I am not gonna do an open back for this one. But I will have the front. There'll be a seam that goes all the way down here. So I should erase the need for any side seams, but I'll have seams on the top and a front seam in the bot and then here, and then I'll have, actually we'll have side seams because it splits. Okay. Pattern drafting is crazy. I wonder if it will let me share a second screen. Oh no! Why'd you do that to me? Why you hate me so much? Okay. And then I wonder if I can present another. It's being stubborn. It's okay. It's all right. I'll figure it out later. I think I have to add another setting. But so Taylor Nova, let me go ahead and do this bigger so you guys can see it better. All right. Then I do need sleeves. Oh, I've realized the neckline. Can I make it longer? She doesn't have a collar, so no collar. The back neck, here we go. I think I'll do a high neck V on the back neck. Okay. And then let's go to sleeves. And the weird thing about this is she technically has double sleeves, but yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out. But there's long sleeves, full length. And I believe it's more of a darted sleeve at the top. Yeah, that's more of the shape. Okay, and it's because she wears armor, like it would pull into this area. So it's a full puff sleeve, so it puffs to help keep the armor up. Okay. Now, let's go down. Ooh, ruffles. Where can I add ruffles? Aw. I mean, she does have ruffles at the bottom, but I'm going to be using a trim for that, so I'm not worried about it. I don't want any pockets. See if I can change the silhouette a little bit. So you can even choose fabric type, waist seam, uh, variations. If the silhouette's straight or flared, I'm going to check out flared. That would be good because then I can just cut away this fabric in the middle Or not even apply that panel and make it a separate skirt. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna look at fabric. And I wonder if they have spandex in here. Probably not. I guess not. Mm, hmm. This is weird. Hi, Choco. Creating patterns is tricky, guys. There's not a lot of I know there's a pro version of this that you can use that gives you more access to fabrics. So, let me see. See if they have any scales. There's a lot. Well, I mean, here we go. No, it looks so bad. Oh well, we'll find something similar. That's pretty close to what I'm doing. Okay, so the color is silver. No, oh no, it got rid of my scales. Hey, rude. Well, it's okay. We know it's right under the weird black and gray. Wait, is it this? No, it wasn't this. Where's the? Here we go. It's under here somewhere. There it is. Okay. So go back to silhouettes. And it does flare out more. I wonder if there's more of like a mermaid design. So I wonder if for silhouettes they have more of like a full or half circle. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Finding the right silhouette for this dress is going to be the tricky part. Man, I tell you. I mean, that might I just need something with a front seam. Hmm, kinda wondering if like an A-line is closer to what I'm looking for. Yeah. Ankle length A-line. No neckline. And then it changed my neckline, so I need to change that to a plunge. There we go. That is much closer to what I'm looking for. I'm looking at the photo because there's an empire waist and then it splits. And then I could have the skirt come down from there, and that would be the length that I need. So I'd have the waist from here up, would be like a separate shirt that connects to a skirt. So then I wouldn't need a waist seam, which is nice. Hiding the waist seam would be a good idea. Okay. Yeah, the program's called Taylor Nova. So let me post this in the chat so that anybody who's interested in it can check it out. And it's useful for someone like me who's learning to create custom patterns in a better way. I'm really good at working with stretch fabric, but I want to have more I want to have cleaner seams and lines, and that's difficult to do without some. Oh, look, I found paid for a product. And here, this is the cool thing is it actually tells you sewing instructions. So, I can download this pattern or I can download it as a PDF and use it as reference when I'm drafting on my, muslin that I have and test it out to make sure that it fits. So I really like that this exists. I will say with, spandex, it's a little bit different how you do the necklines. Usually you use some kind of piping or trim to help stabilize it. Um, Otherwise it'll just stretch forever. But let me show you guys. You can download the pattern or you can print it. I mine already downloaded. It just didn't give you guys the alert. Um, eh, close. Oh no, it froze. Well, it froze. Hang on. There we go. And then you can customize the fit too. You can do inches or centimeters. Since with my shoes on, I'll be a little bit closer to 5'11". Can start adding in my measurements here. Let's go, I guess average is going to be a B. I like that they have belly protuberance and buttocks. If you're not familiar with it, you can click on the little help sign and it will show you a picture of what they mean. So like belly protuberance from by the time I'm wearing this, I'll be closer to the B because I've already been losing a lot of weight. But I like that they do this because that changes the pattern, just like with your butt. If you've got a butt that protrudes more, you'll need to let them know so that they can adjust for it. So I'm probably closer to an average. Um, but the curvy and very curvy, they will add more seam allowance and change the pattern for you so that it fits to your measurements properly. And then the draft will also show you where the measurements belong, how long they should be, stuff like that. So like, with the boobs I'm going to be wearing, I think 38. Uh, I'm wearing boobs. Uh, because I have biceps. But these are all things that you can add into this program if you're trying to custom draft, and it's really, really useful. I appreciate it. I'm not too concerned about the measurements here, just because I can do that. And also, if you don't know your measurements, you can just select a standard size. So you just click on standard size and you go, okay, well, I'm in France or Germany or Italy or Japan or Russia, or the UK, or Australia or the US. So I actually prefer to go by Australian measurements because they have proper length for me, and I'm usually between like a 10 and a 12 for them. Because I'm going to be wearing some body enhancers up top, I might need to go with the 12 and then take in the hips later. But this is like a really useful thing that they will do for you. And it's great. And then I can apply it and it will show those measurements on the pattern when you export it. Um, for this one, I would need to print it to a PDF, but if I wanted to have them send me a pattern, they would custom print a pattern for $10 and send it to me. They also have a subscription service that you can pay $50 a month, and it includes all of the features. It includes a 3D model area too, so you can like 3D model the product here. It's a beta, so it might need some more work. You can also choose whether or not you want to see the pattern. You can also choose whether or not you want to see the dress and just look at the pattern itself. So there's a lot of options available here. It will tell you how much yardage you need if you have an account. So there are some things that are behind account lock, but not all of them are required for payment. I just like using this to give me an idea of the shapes that I should be creating. Most of the shapes look correct. Like the sleeve shape looks like what I normally wanted to create. The skirt is what I was planning on doing, but the neck, the bodice portion, and the curvature of the shoulders are typically what I need the most help with, like determining how curved it should be. And this really helps with that. So I really recommend this site if you're trying to build patterns. It's incredibly useful, and it's kind of saved me. It's taught me a lot more about patterning that I ever anticipated. They also, I mean, they have custom patterns that you can create, and you can do just all kinds of things you can do. So I can download this now if I have an account, or I can just real quick click on it and print it out. Um, it's just all up to you what you wanna do with it. Um, so, like, because I did a custom size, it won't let you do it yet, but if you remove the custom size and just left the print, like, if you got rid of the units of measurement and left it blank, it would go ahead and, um, let you print out the blank because it's just a pretty standard draft apparently. I guess I'm just not, I'm familiar with how I draft patterns, which apparently is weird. I just learned from drafting patterns by taking clothing apart, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But before this is planning on being kind of a shorter stream today. We were only looking at doing 30 minutes. But before I log off, let me know if you have any other questions. And as for the fabric that I'm using for this, it is a 4-way stretch athletic spandex. Then it will be lined with silver piping. It will also be lined with gems that I'll need to hand sew onto it. I have a really nice trim that I'll need to melt and curve. It's like a chiffon that's iridescent. There's going to be a lot that I'll be starting. I'll be starting this in August. I've been doing a lot of planning, and I'll be starting this in August, making primarily the sewn pieces first, and then doing the armor pieces because those are pretty fast for me. I did get some cool paints for it. Let me see if I still have them out. I have a big, I have a big paint thing here. I think these are it. Let me get my paints. Oh no. There's still a label on it, so it's opening it is proving tricky right now. Sorry, but I wanted to show you guys these paints that I got for it. Oh wait. That's for it's for a different project, but one of the paints is for this project. The other one's for a different project, but I got this sterling silver. Let me stop sharing this. So I got like this sterling silver Angelus leather paint. And it's iridescent, like a pearlescent color, and it's really, really cool. And then I also got a green because I have a blue pearlescent, and when I mix them together, they turn into this really nice teal. So I'm going to be mixing all these colors together because I'll need to hand paint some scales on some of the power mesh that I'm going to be adding to areas. So I plan on having a breast chest piece that I'm wearing because, I mean, I'll show the picture again for anyone who missed it. But I mean, that is a very deep V. Very deep V. So I'm going to have a chest plate, and then I'm going to have power mesh that tucks right underneath and hides where the chest plate seam is. So it'll look like my skin because the power mesh is very close in color to my skin. And then the rest of it will just be all good. And power mesh is a really useful thing. You can layer it multiple times and then sew it in. I will say that one layer of power mesh never seems to be enough. Like, it's strong, but it never seems to be enough. So I usually do 2 to 3 layers. And since it's just kind of like this rhombus shape, it won't require too much. Plus, the good thing about it is because this dress is open, by having the power mesh right underneath the breast and down to where my waistline is, where my belly buttons are. My belly buttons, what belly button? Apparently, I have multiple belly buttons in my brain. Where my belly button is, um, it will help keep the dress in position because a lot of the manufactured dresses I've seen, a lot of the people that I've seen who have created the dress that's high slit, everything slides everywhere. And without power mesh, everything's gaping and opening because it's just two flaps with the top, basically. So getting it to behave will require a lot more structure, and that's what the power mesh is going to add at the right under the breast to the belly button. I probably won't add as much of the trim. Like, there is a lot of wavy trim. I only have about 2 or 3 yards of the chiffon, so I'm mostly going to focus on the bottom and up to like right where my hips are. Instead, I have other trim that I'll add to embellishments too, and I have a lot of chain work that I'll need to hand sew, and I'll probably put clasps and buttons in places so that I can remove the chains to make the garment easier to get in and out of. The tricky part is going to be making that seashell and getting it to connect to everything. I'll be doing a lot of sculpting with foam clay and using some Worbla and using some tricks with resin, heat forming resin and getting this to function the way I'd like it to. Um, but I will be sharing all of my progress on this. I am looking into Worbla's crystal art because I was interested in using the thermoplastic that I have. I have Worbla's original art, and I was interested in using that. And then because the character that was weird. Sorry, I got cut off for a second. I have no idea how that happened. I don't know what just happened. That was really funky. Okay, well, we're good now. We're connected again. Anyways, sorry. Uh, so the what I was saying is because on the if you let me see if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Is it gonna let me zoom in? So I think I just zoomed in. Okay, cool. Um, the Alondra Gray, so the priestess, I don't know which way it's the priestess that's with the massive headpiece. um, and the not high hip slits. So that one, she has a lot more pearlescence in her armor, and that is the design they chose for the game. So I'm planning on taking the pearlescent art and I'm planning on putting like contact paper on Warbler after I've painted it gold and then forming the pearlescent art or maybe um some kind of clear thermoplastic, maybe their transport art over it so that it has that kind of effect. I might even just use UV resin and test it out on a small piece to see if it works. Hi Lex. So hi Lex, hi Jinx, hi Jessica, hi Cosplay Choco, hi Matt, hi everybody. Um, we're almost about to wrap up. We're about 2 minutes from wrapping up. We walked through how to draft a custom pattern that I'm going to create this. I have all the supplies for this. I actually do have some UV cure resin. So I think I will test that. I think the cure resin, because it's so clear, might be my best bet. The transport art gets a little foggy. The crystal art's usually pretty good, but I think I'm gonna go with UV resin. I think I'm gonna follow Jinx Cosplay's footsteps and use UV resin. Jinx, you and I need to talk because you UV resin is something that I'm still getting familiar with. I've got some experience, but I'm better with like the longer cure resins because I'm good at creating molds and I'm good at like getting air bubbles out of those. But I know that UV cure, you have to be a little bit more strict when you're doing resin. You have to like kind of use a little tool to pop all the bubbles. You have to be careful how you're curing it. It's a little trickier, but I think that would be the best bet for this little armor piece here. Let me see if I can zoom in more. Here we go. Nope. Here we go. Oh, quiet phone. Sorry, my phone's telling me I need to take my medicine. But that's what I mean, where it's very pearlescent, and really the only way I can get that kind of shiny pearlescent look is by I mean, I could use the paint I have and do like use the paint I have, do pearlescent paint, then put a little bit of maybe some contact paper that's iridescent, and then put the UV resin over that. And I think that will achieve that really kind of, it looks like waves are occurring in between the plates of her armor. And that's really what I want to emulate. So the other trick is I think I'm gonna have to create a glove that ends at my wrist. It's like a handless glove that slides over on this. What I might do is have some Velcro on it that or snaps, maybe snaps. We'll do snaps that the wrist guard can attach to because it's you look at it now, I'm gonna be wearing spandex, so the wrist guard's gonna be heavy and it will just slide off. And I have really small hands, so anytime I flex them a certain way, I've had armor fall off before. So I've learned that I'm probably going to have to add like magnets or snaps here so that it has that popped up look on my arm. But that it's still secured in the middle and won't fall away. Hello. Hello, games. Thanks for joining. Um, so that's essentially what I'm doing. Uh, just for those of you who are joining who haven't seen it, um, we earlier in the stream we walked through creating this pattern. This pattern did not exist, and now it does. So we've got a custom pattern for my character, the Alondra from Baldur's Gate that I'm going to be cosplaying as. So this is Alondra Grey. I keep clicking on things. It'd be useful if I stopped clicking on things. This is Alondra Grey. It's the character with the seashell necklace and the larger pauldrons and the large headpiece. That's the priestess Waverly from Baldur's Gate. So that is my plan for DragonCon. We were only going to do a 30-minute stream today, so if you have any questions, let me know, but otherwise we're going to start wrapping up. We are going to stream this Sunday. So this Sunday, our stream is going to be, let me stop sharing this view. So this Sunday, our stream, let's see, when do I remember what we're streaming? I don't know. So we are on Sunday at noon going to stream about taking Cosplay International. So what it means to travel with Cosplay internationally, what it means to be a guest internationally, what it means to judge internationally, things you should consider from a culture perspective, making sure you look at the rules and laws of wherever you're going. There are some countries where you can't wear like certain colors, or some countries where you can't wear certain types of garments. There's some that require head coverings. So you'll just have to make sure you're aware of that. And that's what we're going to walk through this coming Sunday. And then at the end of the month, on the 30th at 6 o'clock, we're going to do a gaming stream. So we're all going to dress up in cosplay and we're going to play video games. What we're going to play, I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out. I'll talk to Jinx and we'll figure it out. But it's Thermo here. Thanks for joining for the stream. If you have any questions, let us know. If you have any suggestions on streams or things that you'd like to learn, message us on Instagram or Facebook, or you can also email us through our website. So let us know. And it looks like it says Jinx says that she has ideas. So I'm assuming we are going to have some good ideas. As a reminder, Cause Talk Live is sponsored by Age of Radio. Thank you, Age of Radio, for sponsoring us. We will be partnering with them at UbuCon this year, and they will be sharing a booth with us, and we'll do some live streams and possibly some podcasts as we cover the convention. Cause Talk Live, you can find us at causetalk-live.com. Thank you again for joining us in the stream today, and we will see you this Sunday at 12 p.m. talking about international travel. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.